You're recording.
To start with our fruit popsicles.
Pencil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna mute everybody so we can hear you, Nicole, okay?
Sounds good.
Nicole, you have to unmute yourself. There we go.
So we're going to start with our fruit popsicles. So you need any kind of fruit that you like. So you could use grapes, you could use apples, you could use watermelon, anything that you have. I'm going to use kiwi, grapes, and some strawberries and blueberries. And then you also need any kind of clear juice, or you could use flavored water. You can use you could use Sprite if you have it. So anything that you want to also add for the flavor. So I'm going to move back to my cooking station and we'll get started. So can you still hear me back here?
Yes,
Okay, perfect.
we got you.
All right, so I do have a mold. So it's a little container for my popsicles, but you could also use a little Dixie cup. So if you have a little Dixie cup, you could use that. If you have a mold, perfect. So you'll just start with cutting your fruit up. You want to cut it up into pretty small sizes. That way it'll fit in your mold or in your cup. So we'll just cut up some strawberries real fast. So today I'm actually using lemonade as my liquid for the popsicles. I kind of like that kind of tartness with my fruit. So we'll go with that. So I will bring this around. And you're just going to start and you're going to fill up your container. So I'm going to start with my blueberries. And you could actually, I did this before, I'll show you the ones that I completed. You could kind of like mix them all together. So like put a couple of blueberries, then put in the next fruit, and then add some more blueberries. It makes a pretty cool effect when you're all done with it. So we'll put in our grapes next. So it's just going right in. And then we'll do our strawberries that I just cut up. And you want to put the fruit pretty much to the top. It'll float a little bit once you put the liquid in, but you'll still be able to get that in there as well.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Oh,
leave.
1 second, Nicole, sorry. You're muted.
All right, we good now?
Yeah, I accidentally clicked on you.
I'm glad Emily's in charge.
Crushing it.
I'm gonna put some kiwi in here. Okay, and then I have that pretty full, as you can see. So we're gonna come back here, and then you're just gonna fill the mold with whatever juice or liquid you decide to use. And you could actually use orange juice as well. It's just that you won't see the fruit as much. So you just fill them up. And you want to fill it all the way up to the top. Okay, so then I have these popsicle sticks that came with it. So this just came with my little mold. You could use, there are food grade popsicles, so you can use those. They're a little smaller than like craft stick popsicles. If you do get the craft stick popsicles, I would just say like wash them off a little bit, and then you'll be good to go. But I have these, so they are just gonna go right in. And if it jabs through the fruit, that's quite all right. And I'm actually making a mess because I filled it too much.
That's fine.
Exactly. Who doesn't like making a mess?
The best kind of cooking.
All right, so then I have a little container that it goes in, and then this just goes right in the freezer. And that's it for these ones. So this has to sit about, I would say, 4 hours in the freezer, and then you'll be good to go. And then at the end, I'll pull out the ones that I already did, and I'll show you what they look like. All right, so we got those done. Now we're gonna move on to, I'm gonna do our rainbow ones next.
Ooh.
Right day, and then we can make some cool rainbow ones. So you'll need a pudding cup of vanilla, and that's, I have 2 here. You could use all 4 that come in the pack, but I'm just gonna do the 2. And then I have already cleaned out pudding cups. I already took out pudding for our other recipe, so I'll be using these as our mold. And then I also bought, I have like a silicone mold. If you want to get fancy, you can get one of these and make your pudding pops in this. So you're just going to take your vanilla, and actually I need a bowl. Oh, I have one right here. All right, so you're going to take your vanilla, and you're going to actually divide it. So I have 4 bowls here. I have 4 different colors. So you want to divide it evenly for each color. So we're just going to use regular liquid food coloring for this. So I have green, yellow, blue, and red. Okay. So we're just going to add 1 drop of coloring to each one. Because if you put too much in it, it's going to be too much food coloring, then everything's going to turn that color. It's going to be rough. So. And then you just stir these up. It's going to make the pudding. So that's our green.
Looks a little bit like slime.
I know. Doesn't taste like slime though.
Okay, good. Good.
Got our yellow. Now, since it's the 4th of July this weekend, if you just wanted to do red, white, and blue, then you could just leave a layer of the pudding, just the plain vanilla. Don't put any coloring in it. And then just do the blue and the red. And then you've got a great dessert for 4th of July. All right, got that all mixed up.
Participating
Now I'm just
people
gonna put
can do that.
Right
And it has something to say.
our cups.
Raise your hand. You have a question or something?
Well, I don't know. Yeah. So how do I?
Here, Sarah, can you type your question so we can see Nicole and hear what she's doing? Can you type it in the chat box?
Yeah, we're gonna check the chat box. What's going on?
All right, so we got our first layer down. I started with red. And we'll put our next one. I'm gonna do blue. We'll put our yellow in. Now I have tested these before, and I kind of made almost like a tie-dye one with this. So with my mold that I have, I kind of marbled it. I was able to make it look like tie-dye, so that was really fun too.
That's very fancy.
My mom ate that one. Her mouth was all different colors. It was great.
Where did you get your fancy popsicle molds, Nicole?
I got them on Amazon.
Of course, Amazon.com.
Right. You get
Never
everything.
fails. Right.
And actually, I was so surprised because they came super fast. And I didn't even use the 2 days.
They never fail.
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's what it's going to look like. So then I left the foil lid on there just a little bit, and you'll put it over. And you're actually going to tape it down so that it stays shut. So I usually just do 2 sides. That's good enough. If it's a little open, that's fine. And then you're gonna poke a hole in the top for the popsicle stick to go in. So you wanna be careful. It's a little dangerous, but I've almost cut myself a few times.
Don't do that.
So then I have my popsicle sticks. Like I said, they're a little smaller than a craft popsicle stick. And then you just put it right in, and then you put it in the freezer. Now the pudding ones have to sit a little bit longer. So I would say if you want to do them for the next day, then that would be the best. And they do have to like sit out a little bit before you could get it out of the mold. I would say maybe take it out a couple minutes before you want to actually like take it out of the mold. But I'll show you that as well. And I'll actually show you a quick way of getting them out a little faster. So next, we're gonna do cookies and cream.
Ooh,
So,
delicious.
yeah, I was thinking, since we usually do dirt pudding at camp, then this would be a good alternative to that. And who doesn't love Oreos? I do. They're fantastic. So we're gonna start with that. emptied 2 vanilla puddings into one bowl and 2 chocolate into this bowl. And I'm going to use my empty cups again for 2 of them, and then I'm going to use my mold for whatever is left over. So you're going to take your Oreos. You actually have to take the cream out of the center for some of them. So in this bag, since I'm only doing half a recipe, then I just used 5 Oreos, but in the ingredients that you have, it's for like the whole 4-pack of pudding. So you'll use 10, but I'm only using 5. So you're gonna scrape the center out of it.
But you're going to eat that later, right?
Right, exactly. I have
Okay, good.
Just wait for me. I can even eat it right now.
Perfect.
Don't suggest sticking a knife in your mouth though.
Right.
So you're gonna put it in a little baggie, seal it up, and you're gonna crush them. So we got them all nice and crushed. And you're gonna divide this between the vanilla pudding and the chocolate pudding. So half will go in the vanilla, half in the chocolate. You could probably use other cookies. I didn't try it with other cookies, but I'm sure you could use it if you want to use like chocolate chip or something like that. Then you just mix that in. And I'll show you with the vanilla. Oh, I need another spoon. So you just want to make sure all mixed in there.
Looks ready to eat already.
Exactly. It's really hard to wait for them to freeze.
Right, straight from the bowl.
All right. So in your little pudding cups, I have whole Oreos. And you can put these in the center, in the bottom of them. And make that. So this is going to be the top of your popsicle. And then you just start layering. So I always do the chocolate first, and I tend to put a little bit more chocolate than vanilla. I like chocolate. So if you want to do all chocolate, you can do that. If you want to do all vanilla, there's no wrong answer. So you just want to kind of push it down so that the pudding touches the Oreo that's in the bottom. And then that way it will all be attached when it comes out later. And then if you do buy a mold, what I did was, since you can't really put the Oreo in the bottom of that, I took my Oreos and I broke them in half. And then I just kind of put them in the bottom of the mold, put the pudding over top of it, and then I put more cookies on the other side. So then you have a bunch of Oreos for your cookies and cream popsicles. All right, I've got these ones done. And we're going to do the tape again for the tops. So you just tape it down and then poke a hole in it looks like that. You can see the layers. You got your vanilla, your chocolate, and your Oreo on the bottom. Oh, nice hat, Casey. And then your hole. And you'll put your popsicle stick in there. Good to go. And then this will go in the freezer. And like I said, these ones take maybe like 6 to 8 hours to actually freeze up really good.
Wow.
Oh, Anna,
I can't wait that long.
Look at all these hats. Look at all those hats. Oh man.
It's been a cumulative hat party.
I see that. I don't have a hat. I feel so. Oh.
It's okay.
Okay. So I will get the ones that I made out earlier just to show you what they actually look like when they're all finished. So these containers that I bought for the fruit ones, they actually come out of this container. So you'll fill this with a little bit of cold water, and then that, like, you'll put this back in, it'll help the popsicle come out easier.
Oh.
So we'll let that sit for a minute, and then I will get out my other two. These ones I have had in the fridge for a little bit, so we'll see if that worked. I didn't test that out before, but you'll just pull off the top. Maybe, if I can get it. There we go. And actually, the heat from your hand, if you put it into the fridge for a little bit, the heat from your hand should also help it. And then you'll pull it out.
Ooh, it's a rainbow.
There's your rainbow popsicle. And then so like I said, I had these in the fridge for maybe 10, 15 minutes. Use the heat from your hands, and voila.
What?
Cookies and cream popsicle. And the ones that have been sitting in the water for, I would say, not even a minute, these are your fruit popsicles.
Oh my goodness. I second that, Missy. Missy says she wants to eat it now. Me too.
I'm gonna eat it. Maybe
Jealous.
I'll deliver some to you, Missy.
That is
Jealous.
so rude, Nicole.
All right. You guys can unmute. Ask Nicole your questions, other flavor combinations. Can I use just straight ice cream?
You can.
Okay.
Yes. If you like melt it a little bit, because I actually made my own ice cream cake. So just let the ice cream melt a little bit, and then you can like mix stuff into it, and just, you know, put it in your mold or whatever and freeze it.
Yeah. I'm interested.
Anna.
So wait, how many minutes do you have to freeze those?
So the fruit ones, I would say 4 hours, and then the pudding ones 6 to 8 hours.
All right.
I would say the pudding ones overnight.
I'm eating that.
Okay.
Is this video going to be posted anywhere?
Yep. Yeah, Emma, we'll post it on Facebook so you can watch it again.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? For this one, I did grapes. Ooh, I'm dripping. Grapes and kiwi. And the juice that I used is a white grape peach juice.
Ooh.
Oh.
We have a couple questions if you can use different kinds of pop. Would those freeze? Like Sprite, root beer?
So you have to listen.
Yes. Those will freeze.
Who's first? I'm unmuted.
The darker pops you won't see the fruit as well. So if you use like 7-Up, Sprite, Mountain Dew if you're feeling crazy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
You'll be able to see the fruit in those. So
You look like a dork.
Thanks, Sarah. Olay.
He just said Ole.
I sure did, TJ.
I don't know how TJ kept finding larger and larger hats in his house.
I thought I had a Viking helmet somewhere,
No,
but I
it
could
was
only
just in
find
my. It was just all in my room.
Okay, but
It was
TJ,
like
this,
a progression
this
of
one's probably
hats.
older than you.
I'm gonna ask if I can shove it.
This
All
is
right,
a
I'm gonna-
Chi-Chi's original.
I'm gonna stop recording because the instructional part is over.
No, he's